What's going on, everybody? This is Galactic Jack, and today I wanted to touch on exosuits, Titan suits of Star Citizen. It's something that really isn't talked about a lot in the verse, and CIG so far hasn't really provided us with a ton of pictures or detail, as far as where they want to go with these suits. But they have spoken lightly about it, and they've gone into tiny bit of detail about these suits. There's 9 different classes of suits. We're gonna skip all the other 8, and we're gonna cut down right there to the 9 and see what it's talking about. Class 9, a full-blown mech suit, somewhere between a spacesuit and the power loader from Alien. These repair the outside of large hull ships, move heavy objects in hangars, etc. So from that right there, they had a salvage and repair variant and a cargo hauling variant. Now, when I say cargo hauling, I'm not talking about a ship. I'm talking about, I guess you could say, a forklift operator, something like a operator, but much more cooler. So, um, those are the 2 variants that they kind of lightly talked about there. Later on down the line, I guess the UE picked up on what they were using it for, and they made this. Judging by this picture right here, it looks like they're in a laboratory right now, and they're working on building it. So this is, I guess, the combat variant of the Titan suit, the one that we'll probably get our hands on first. But to be honest, I strongly look forward to all the other ones: farming, mining, maybe even search and rescue. Who knows? Farming and mining especially. Also cargo hauling, like what they said, cargo moving, I should say. Mining, okay, this is gonna come in absolute perfect. Just it's gonna come in handy as far as mining is concerned. You can see, I can see it being put in the back of a ship that can carry, say, 32, 40, 50 SCU at least, that has a hangar at least, what, 12, 13 feet tall. And you put it back there, it can collapse in on itself when it's stowed. When I say collapse in, I don't know how this guy would get out. I imagine, looks like he gets out from the front, but he gets out, and this thing basically gets into a squatted, almost like a fetal position, but in a squat position, and that lowers it, for movement, I guess. Maybe they can put some rollers on the bottom to allow it to be pushed into position in your hangar or whatever like that, pushed, pulled. Um, but either way, I can see the Titan suits being able to get stowed into the hangar bays of, say, Valkyrie, Andromeda, Corsair, and larger. Um, you definitely should be able to fit these in there. Oh, you know what? Might have to second guess the Valkyrie. I would like it to fit in the Valkyrie. I don't own a Valkyrie, but it's, come on, it's the military dropship. And I can definitely see, these suits being used. Now, I was getting on mining as far as, what we can do with those. You put it inside of one of those ships, you drop down into a cave, and you pull this bad boy out, and you go to work, you go to town, right? Some people hand mine. It's not something that I really enjoy doing, especially right now. But with the size of this suit, I don't see why you couldn't mine larger, more rich rocks and bring them back for 150 SCU, 150 credits or so. So mining alone, it has its place. Cargo moving, it has its place. Those arms, they can be retrofitted with arms that pick up those SCUs, those cargo boxes, to move them onto the a hangar. You drop your ship down, and they use this suit to move cargo back and forth or whatever. Um, and then you have, I guess, roving security, heavy security, in combat. Man, this thing is going to sell like hotcakes. Um, it's gonna sell like hotcakes. Now, yeah, you got a little funky stuff going on where the legs look like they move in a way that would break the person inside's their legs, but I'm sure CIG will get around that and get something figured out. Uh, I love them. I love them. I'm usually not somebody that even turns or bats an eye at ground vehicles. It's just not something that I pay attention to as far as backing is concerned and paying cash. I'm not interested in it. I'd rather buy it in game. The ratios is lopsided, especially for ground vehicles. Also light fighters, but that's a whole nother topic. Um, but this right here, Titan suit, you better believe it's gonna have my money. I would get one, as soon as they drop the concept sale. As soon as they dropped it, I'm already gonna own it because I love the way it looks. It's awesome. Look at this thing. It has like a what is this? Like an art gun. This is gonna do some serious damage on a battlefield of ground warfare. A, a foot soldier, a grunt, a ground pounder. That is their bread and butter. Yeah, you can go on foot like the guys behind him and let him lead the way. But man, that thing right there, it is going to do damage. Now a lot of people also, I want to touch on some people have, I don't know, they kind of stick their nose in the air and they shun and kind of get in this fit about the thought of a mech. They say it's not realistic. Come on, man. It's not what? It's not realistic. And here we are jumping from planet to planet. How is that realistic? Can it happen in the future? Hopefully, but right now, is it realistic? No, it's not. So I don't know why people, rain on people's other individuals' parades that, get excited about things like this. I think they're going to be amazing. I think they are going to be selling like hotcakes as soon as CIG gets it down pat, and they're going to come in use. Like it's going to come in use. We're not talking about a little buggy, that you can roll around your hangar and look at your ships. No, man, we're talking about something that has true blue use. Ground combat is going to be a thing, and that's another topic in itself also. But listen, ground combat, it's going to be a thing. It's not going to be just space combat everywhere. That's why I say the A2 Hercules is a slept on ship. Yes, it's pricey as shit. You're right, it is. But that ship will have its day. And when it does, people are going to recognize how important a ship like that is. Now, if you're not into combat, if you're not into ground combat or anything like that, fully understandable. It's not it's not your jazz. But anybody else, when it comes to these suits and when it comes to, ships like the A2 and all the entire, everything that spans ground combat, you're going to need them. You're going to need every single bit. Okay. So don't think just because it's called Star Citizen and everything that you see right now seems like it's, all about space. Look, you're not fighting in space just for the hell of it being in space. You're either fighting for a bunch of rocks in that area, you're fighting for a moon, or you're fighting for a planet, or you're fighting for a piece of that planet. Okay? These things will be important. They will have their place, and that place will be pivotal when it comes to ground combat. Okay? It's going to be pivotal. So I can go on about it. I can theory craft, but at the end of the day, right now, there's just not enough to talk about. There's not enough to really go into that kind of detail about with these suits. But hold on to your butts. Look out for them. Keep an eye out because they could drop at any moment. Who knows? We have a lot of ships and a lot of vehicles that are not in the air. They're not released ships. We don't know what they are or what they're planning. We have a ton of them. So who knows? It could be one. But before I cut it, I do want to say I can see this dropping either with Squadron 42 or possibly just before Squadron 42. I can't see that happening. So with that said, guys, this has been Galactic Jack. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe if you want to see more. I'm only starting here, man. This is only the beginning. I have a crap load of videos that I really want to drop, but I'm trying to work on the quality. I'm trying to work on the editing. I know next to nothing on editing, but every day, I'm researching. So please, guys, if you're even slightly interested in what kind of content I'm putting out, stay tuned. Stay tuned, and I'm only gonna get better with time. I do appreciate the subscribers that I do have right now. Thanks, guys. Thanks a ton. And the small little group that I do have, I want you guys to know you motivate me to make more. You motivate me to be vocal about my passion for Star Citizen and keep this doggone ball rolling. So again, thank you. This has been Galactic Jack. I'll see you in the verse. Peace.